We are the people that are hiding the truth to what the Oklahoma Carter County Police have done to Brett Finnerty. Brett Finnerty cannot prove anything because we will never tell the truth to what we know. We would never conspire against you, but we are conspiring with the police to hide our involvement in faking Brett Finnerty's daughter's death so that the police can torture Brett Finnerty. We do not care that Brett Finnerty has been waiting for us to tell the truth. We do not care that Brett Finnerty has lost his house. We do not care that Brett Finnerty has lost his car. We do not care that Brett Finnerty has lost his retirement. We do not care that Brett Finnerty has lost his career. We do not care that Brett Finnerty's ex-wife is homeless. We do not care that we have made Brett Finnerty homeless. We do not care that Brett Finnerty cannot survive. We do not care that we have ruined Brett Finnerty's entire life. We do not care that the police stalk Brett Finnerty. We do not care that the police have arrested and detained Brett Finnerty multiple times. We do not care that our silence is what has allowed all of this to occur. We do not care that the police are using our silence as a method to oppress Brett Finnerty. We are the people who are making it impossible for Brett Finnerty to get a job in the career field in which Brett Finnerty studied while in college. We would never lie to you. We would never lie about you. We would never hide the truth about your child being alive. We would not make you homeless in an attempt to cover up a conspiracy in which the police have against your life. If you see us selling a vehicle, then you can trust that the vehicle is an outstanding vehicle. If you see one of us as an auto mechanic, then you can trust us to work on your vehicle. If you see one of us working as a chef in your favorite restaurant, then you can trust that we will make sure that you have the best dinner in which a chef can prepare. If you see one of us as a police officer, then you can trust that we are here to serve and protect. If you see one of us as an IT specialist in your corporation, then you can trust us with your sensitive data. We are upstanding citizens of the United States of America, and you can trust in us. Look at some of the things in which Brett Finnerty could be doing in the field of automation engineering if we were to tell the truth to what we know.
This next program I'm going to show you is one that I wrote where I encode and decode data with the MUX and the DMUX that I had designed. You can do this on electrical boards. People have been doing this for years. They were doing this at Alcatel in 1998. They've been doing it for years, MUX and DMUX. But mine is just something, it's a program I wrote. I'll show you that it works. First, I'm going to show you that it works. I'm going to change this to 0. There's no delay. This is the delay I put in so you can see it actually function. And I'm going to show you that it works. Like that. And I'm going to show you that it works. Actually, I'm going to put the delay back in so you can see it go slow. I want you to see it actually working. There. When you see it actually working. So you'll see it. It's going real slow. And what it's doing is it's encoding the data, then it's going to transmit the data, and then it's going to receive the data and decode the data. And I'm going to show you how it works. It's actually pretty neat. But they do this, they probably use some kind of different, key that I used. I made my own key for the digital data. Here's my key right here. I made my own key. Plus, there's a lot of good videos. Now it's writing to memory. Plus, there's a lot of good videos to help get started with this. It took me a few days to get started. So now it's looks like it's loaded and says success. So you can see the lights are just solid red now, so you can tell it's done something. Now I'll unplug this, and I can close this part of it down at this point, And what I have in the background is Visual Studio. I have it running, and this is the C# code I wrote to go with this. And you can see there's very few things on here. Very few things. All I'm doing is I'm calling these things. So color 0, color 1. These are things I wrote to make it perform whatever function I wanted it to do. So I'll plug it into the other port now, which will be for the UART, and it's going to be able to communicate. And I'll hold this up as I go through this. I'll go ahead and press start. To show you that the relays are working, I'll have to take a few minutes, and I'll come back, but I'll have to solder the wires on here to connect it to the relay board to show you that it's working. But this is a standalone little microcontroller. You can do a lot of things with this. So you can see I have this thing set up with LEDs off. So I'll go ahead and set it to red, and turn it on red. I'll set it to green. Now it's green. I'll set it to blue. Now it's blue, and then I'll go ahead and test all colors. Okay, so that's just a little part of the C# software. The relays, they do work. What it does is it's turning GPIOs on and off right now, or it will. If I select one of them, it'll turn them on. But I don't want to do that right now. I'd rather have the wires connected to this and show you that it's working while it's connected. So I'll take a few minutes. I'll stop this video, and I'll restart after I solder some wires onto this board. Hello. So I've come back, and I've soldered a few wires onto this. I've powered it on with 5 volts. Now, this controller is currently being powered by the USB on the board, or from the computer, but you can use the 5-volt supply to power that as well. There is a warning about the GPIO inputs. You have to use a level translator to do the 3.3 volts. They can only handle 3.3 volt inputs. For if you select them as inputs, or you can damage the board. That was a warning I read about it. So it will work with the GPIO outputs on this. It accepts 3.3 to 5 volts for the relay board, but I have a 5-volt supply going to the relay board, and the only thing connected is the 4 inputs from the relay board to the ESP32, and then I connect the ground to keep a common ground. 5 volts is only being supplied to this at this point in time. It can be standalone if you want the 5 volts to go to the ESP32. I haven't tried that yet. I looked at the documentation and said it works. Basically, this is it's the same software. It's still running, and you have to remember the code that's running inside the ESP32. That's the code I wrote with the Visual Studio code. It's in C++. This is just something to control it, to interface with it. So now you can see that it's running. I'll show you the LEDs still work. It's 1 LED. There's 2 LEDs. There's 3 LEDs. And if I do this, it'll test all the colors again. And now what you'll see is, the relays work now. So I can select between relays. So now I'm controlling GPIOs. Before I was only controlling just the LEDs, changing the LED to different colors and stuff like that. What you'll notice is it will give a serial number for your test, and it will store the results if you want to use that. And I'll just go ahead and run the test so you can see it run and perform. And now that it is finished, you'll see that it has a new file down here for a CSV file. Just created it at 7:55 p.m., which is right now, March 15th, 2026. And you'll see it will have results that this would remove user error, has a time and date stamp, has your project name, it has your test name, has the test location and what test you're running, and it has your pass fail results. It also has your serial number.